This is a small group. So welcome everybody, thank you so much for coming out. My name is Kate, I'm going to be your tour guide. Basically what we do before we just toss you into a car for your test drive, take you through a short guided tour where you'll learn a little bit about the car. This takes about 15 minutes. I'll walk you through 3 rooms and we'll just spend about 5 minutes in each room. And then I'll get you outside. We've got a show car parked outside with the hood open. So if you want to swing by there and see what the car looks like before you get in for your drive, you can do that. And then I'll put you in a car. The actual test drive is about 7 to 10 minutes out there on the streets. Hopefully you'll get a nice straightaway, a good chance to accelerate and really test out the torque and power that the car has. These cars are really quick right off the line, so they're really fun to drive. So you can test that out. And then when you get back, a couple things you can do here. Number 1, you can talk to some more product specialists. So if you have any questions that don't get answered during this tour, you can ask them. Secondly, we have an area where you can make a video, which I know some of you have already done. You can actually make a video. You get 30 seconds to tell us why you deserve to win a Nissan Leaf or why you want to win a Nissan Leaf. And one lucky winner at the end of this tour will actually get a free car. So if you want to do that before you leave today, it's really easy. I'll show you where it's set up outside and you can do that. So here in this room, first thing to show you is the battery pack that powers up the Nissan Leaf. This is a laminated lithium-ion battery pack. It has been in research and development stages at Nissan for 18 years. So that's how long we've been testing this specific technology. And before this battery pack, there were other types that we worked on. And that's kind of what this room is showing you. All of these cars that are hanging up in this room are Nissan electric vehicles that have been produced over the years, dating all the way back to 1947. So we've come a really long way from these first electric vehicles that were using lead-acid batteries. Here in 1996, the Prairie Joy EV was actually the first car in the world to be street-driven with a lithium-ion battery pack. So that's when we really started working with this technology. And now, of course, we've moved on to a flat laminate pack with what we have here in the Leaf. I'm going to show you a very quick video clip. It's just 20 seconds long, but it'll give you an overview on how the battery pack is set up.
Nissan Leaf stores its energy in 48 lithium-ion battery modules. Inside each module are 4 battery cells. Their advanced laminated design allows them to fit snugly under the Leaf floorboards. This doesn't just optimize cabin space, it also gives the Leaf a lower center of gravity for seriously fun handling.
Alright, now just pause it here so you can see right where the battery sits in the car. It's right under the seats. It weighs about 600 pounds, so that's why we can say it gives the car a low center of gravity. It holds 24 kilowatt hours of electricity on a full charge. So basically, in terms of what you pay for a full charge, here in this area, the average is about 8 cents per kilowatt hour. So that actually comes out to a little bit less than $2.40 for every 100 miles, which is basically 2.5 cents a mile. It's a good way to think of it. So that's a big bonus to drive an electric vehicle, is you just save a lot of money. The warranty is for 8 years or 100,000 miles on the battery pack, and the life expectancy is much longer than that. But what happens over time is that lithium-ion batteries will gradually lose some capacity. So basically at 100,000 miles, this battery pack will hold at least 80% of its initial capacity. And then at that point, it's really up to you. If you want to keep driving with a slightly reduced range, meaning about 80 to 90 miles as opposed to the 100 miles you start out with, you can keep driving it for years and years until you feel like you're not getting the range that you want anymore. And at that time, you'll come back to Nissan, they'll take back your used battery pack, and then you would have the option to purchase a new battery pack. Or it could be 10 to 15 years from now, we have other chemistries we're working with, or partial battery pack replacement where you replace some of the modules. So that's something we're working on right now. Do you guys have any battery questions before I talk about how to charge it?
What about keeping this station on charging?
Great question. So the actual onboard charger is liquid cooled. There's actually a coolant jacket around the charger. But the battery doesn't need to be cooled. Because of the chemistry, it's a lithium-ion manganese, actually functions extremely well at high heat. So there's no need for cooling. And in markets where it's extremely cold, meaning ambient temperature below about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, we'll actually have a warming system for the battery pack at extreme cool temperatures. So extreme heat is not as much of an issue.
So it does not build up excessive heat on charging?
Nope, not at all. The only time that you can heat up the battery pack on charging is through fast charging. If you fast charge multiple times in one day. And so fast charging is one option that you guys will have for charging. So the deal with charging, there are 3 levels of charge. One level is what we call a fast charge, or a level 3 charge. That is when you go to a public charging station, you plug in to a fast charge station. So it won't be this kind of station. This is a standard charging station. This plug is standardized. Every electric vehicle in the US now will use this plug. So the majority of charging stations you see in Charlotte will be this plug right here. However, there will be a handful of fast charge stations. A fast charge station is a much higher voltage charge, uses a much larger plug, and it charges the vehicle up in 25 minutes from 0 to 80% charge. Fast charging is optional on the Leaf, so it comes set up for the standardized plug. If you want the option to fast charge, it's basically an upper trim level option on the vehicle. It's a $700 upgrade. If you have it, then you can go and fast charge. The only catch to that would be if you fast charge 3-4 times in one day, what we have to do to keep your battery pack from getting hot is slow down the fast charge. So after about the 4th fast charge in one day, your fast charge will get a little bit slower to keep your battery pack from overheating. So for this reason, we recommend fast charging no more than 3 times a day on a regular basis. Occasionally is okay if you need to for a longer distance trip, but for the most part, you want to keep fast charging once or twice a day if you can, just to keep from diminishing your battery life in any way. So then your other 2 options for charging, since we talked about fast charging, we're kind of going backwards. The other 2 options we have are 110 or 220. So 110 would be plugging into an outlet just at your house. We give you the plug, it comes with the car, it's free, you can use it anytime, anywhere. It is the slowest way to charge, so it takes 16 to 20 hours to get a full charge that way, but it's completely fine for you to do it from time to time if you want to, or every night if you want to.
What amp draw is that?
It's 15 amps. So it basically gives you 5 miles for every hour that you're plugged in. So if you only drive 10 miles a day or 15 miles a day and you plug in overnight, you're going to get more than enough charge, 40 to 50 miles in 8 to 10 hours. However, we recommend in-home charging equipment if you want to be able to fully charge at night. This charges the car in 7 to 8 hours using a 220 volt circuit at 20 amps. So this does cost a little extra to install. It doesn't come with the car. The average price has been about $2,000 to buy it and install it. There's currently a 30% tax credit. So you'll get 30% back when you file your taxes. Hi guys. But if you have it, then you can charge the car overnight instead of 8 hours. So those are your 3 options for charging. Do you guys have any charging questions?
It only runs 20 amps to 20?
Currently, yes. Yeah.
So there's a possibility in the future that would increase.
There's a possibility in the future, yeah, that we would upgrade the charger to pull more amperage, but not your in-home charger, it would be the charger on the vehicle. So it would be a vehicle upgrade.
But that's basically just a 2.4x2.1 outlet.
Correct. Yeah. The only reason we have this is because electrical code in the US doesn't allow you to plug an appliance of this size straight into a 220 outlet. You actually need a safety device between you and the outlet, and that's what this basically is. So the good thing about that is that this plug is not hot until you put it into the car. There's no voltage coming through here, so if you were to get it wet or if a child were to get a hold of it, or chew on it or something, it can't be electrocuted. So that's the deal with charging and batteries. Let's keep you guys moving so I don't keep you too long. So we're going to go to the next room. Follow me right this way.